Hello everyone! Today we are going to discuss about how to create lesson plan using the 4A's format. Magandang araw pong muli sa inyong lahat, lalong-lalo na syempre sa ating mga teachers, subscribers mula pa sa iba't ibang panig ng Pilipinas. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat at welcome back again sa ating paboritong channel. Okay, para po sa mga bago pa lang sa channel na ito, ako po si Teacher Rocky and I do tutorial videos on how to do most of the required teachers report documents required by DepEd, especially para sa ating mga public school teachers. I also do reaction videos on some DepEd issuances, some everyday videos on teachers' life, and other lifestyle videos. So, I'm inviting everyone to please click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And please click the like button kung nagustuhan niyo po ang video na ito, ating pa natin mga videos. Ano po? And of course, I would like to invite you also to share our videos para po mas marami pa pong makaalam ng ating videos. And don't forget to hit the notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa ating mga panibagong video. I also invite you to put comments on your reaction sa ating pong mga pinag-uusapan sa bawat video. You can also put shoutouts po para sa kung kanino man sa paaralan nyo. Sisiguraduhin ko po sa inyong ayan ay ating magagawa sa susunod na video. Maraming salamat po! At wala nang paligoy-ligoy pa, diretso na po tayo. Let us go straight to our topic, that is lesson planning using the 4A's format. Planning is fundamental to ensuring the delivery of teaching and learning in schools. Sabi nga po sa Article 4, Section 2 of the Code of Ethics for Teachers, every teacher shall uphold the highest standards of quality education, shall make the best preparations for the career of teaching, and shall be at his best at all times in the practice of his profession. Instructional planning is the process of determining what learning opportunities students in school will have by planning the content of instruction, selecting teaching materials, designing the learning activities and grouping methods, and deciding on the pacing and allocation of instructional time. In short, lesson planning is actually identifying expectations for learners and finding the best and right ways to help learners reach these expectations. Daily lesson plan preparation is part of teachers' core function as a facilitator of learning inside the classroom. Well-prepared and well-planned lessons are fundamental to ensuring the delivery of quality teaching and learning in schools. So, pinag-usapan na po natin dun sa ating nakalipas na video on how to do lesson planning, the basic lesson planning based on DepEd Order number 42, Series of 2016. In this video naman po pag-uusapan natin lesson planning using the 4A's format. Ano po ba yung 4A's? The 4A's stand for Activity, Analysis, Abstraction, and Application. So, the 4A's lesson plan, just like any other format, has the following outline. Lahat po ng mga lesson plan na ginagawa natin has the same outline. So, nandiyan po yung objectives. This includes content and performance standard found in the CG or MELC. It can also include the learning competency. So, yung po linalagay natin sa objective, dati maglalagay tayo ng objectives based on skills, knowledge, and attitude. Ngayon po, ang linalagay na po natin sa objective is exactly what we get from the curriculum guide on the column content standard and performance standard. Yung po linalagay natin. We also have option to include the learning competency for that particular lesson. Pwede rin po tayong mag-revise ng objective. Pwede pa rin natin gamitin yung knowledge, skills, and attitude. Basta po naka-align, we have to make sure na naka-align po ito sa ating content and performance standard. Number 2 is the subject matter. This includes the content or the topic found on the curriculum guide or the MELC. You can also add here the materials and resources used in the lesson. So, pagdating po sa subject matter, ang nilalagay po natin dyan ay yung title po ng ating lesson for the day. We also include in the subject matter the materials that we're going to use for the lesson and of course the resources, yung mga textbooks, curriculum guide, and other resources po na ginamit natin para sa lesson na ito. Next one is the procedure. So, sa procedure po, this is where you apply the 4A's format or any other format that you want to use. So, dito po yung linalagay sa procedure. Dito po natin makikita kung anong klaseng format ng lesson plan ang ginamit po natin. So, for this video, ang gagamitin po natin is the 4A's format. Next, number 4 is evaluation and assessment. This is where teachers give formative and or summative assessment. So, pagdating po sa evaluation or assessment, dito na po tayo, si teacher nagbibigay ng mga formative. Ito po yung mga assessment after a lesson. Pag sinabi pong formative, according to DepEd Order number 8, series of 2015 or the Policy Guidelines in Classroom Assessment, ang sabi po dyan, ang formative assessment is recorded but not graded. Hindi katulad po ng ating summative assessment, which is the one graded and which is being done at the end of each unit. Next one is the number 5, remarks. So this is where teacher indicates special cases such as, but not limited to, continuation of lesson to the following day in case of reteaching. Kasi depende po sa magiging outcome ng ating reflection. Kung ang bata po, or depende rin sa outcome ng ating assessment. Ano po? It's formative or summative assessment, depende po sa result nun. Kung ang bata ay nagkaroon ng pagkatuto po sa lesson na ito. May mga pagkakataon na kung hindi magre-reflect sa kanilang assessment na nagkaroon ng pagkatuto or less than the half of the class, hindi masyadong nakasunod sa naging lesson, magkakaroon tayo ng reteaching. Kailangan nating ituro ulit sa susunod na araw para magkaroon ng mastery ang mga bata. So, sa pagkakataong ito, dito yung pwede tayong magpalit ng strategy, baka doon hindi masyadong nakasunod ang mga bata, or anyway po, na kaya natin gawin para masigurado that the learners will gain mastery bago po tayo mag-move sa susunod na lesson. There are also times na medyo naubusan tayo ng oras, medyo napahaba tayo ng discussion. So, pwede natin yung ituloy sa susunod na araw. Another reason is the transfer of lesson to the following day in case of class suspension and others. So, nagkaroon ng class suspension, masama ang panahon, ituturo mo na dapat to ng 11 o'clock, kinat ang klase ng 10 o'clock. So, pwede mo po yung ilagay sa remarks, sa following session or the following meeting, doon mo siya i-deliver yung lesson plan na yon. Okay? And the last one, of course, is the reflection. So, teachers reflect on and assess its effectiveness. So, dito po sa reflection, ito yung meron tayong tinatawag na mastery index. Ilan po ang mga bata from the assessment ang nakakuha ng nakagain ng mastery of 75 to 100%, 51 to 74%, something like that. So, doon po natin makikita kung nakagain po ang mga bata ng mastery and if they are ready for the next lesson. Otherwise, kailangan katulad ng sabi ko kanina, we have to do reteaching until such time na ang mga bata ay makagain ng mastery of the lesson. So, using this general pattern, pwede na po tayong mag-umpisang gumawa ng ating lesson plan using the 4A's format. So, when crafting your lesson plan, you also have to include the following. Siyempre, kailangan kasama to nasa taas nasa pinakaibabaw ng lesson plan natin. the semester or the quarter, kung kailan natin to itinuturo tong lesson na to, the time and date, of course, what specific learning area is this lesson, and grade and section of the class kung sino ang gagamit ng lesson plan na to. So let us try crafting a lesson plan using the 4A's format. Let's say I am doing a detailed lesson plan for my cookery class for quarter 1, week 1. A daily lesson plan for my cookery class. So this is my topic from the curriculum guide. So ang ibibigay ko po, ang gagawan ko po ng lesson plan is under the clean and maintain kitchen tools, equipment, and premises under the Cookery NC2 curriculum guide. Ano po? So, ang ile-lesson ko po for this lesson plan is yung ating learning objective number 1, clean, sanitize, and store kitchen tools and equipment. Ito po ang aking lesson na gagawa ng lesson plan using the 4A's format. Let's go! So, yung code po, ulitin ko lang, I'm sure alam na din naman natin lahat to. Ano po? So, this code means yung TLE, Technology and Livelihood Education, that is the learning area. HE is Home Economics. So, TLE, HE, that's a learning area. And then, CK, that's Cookery for grades 9 to 12. And then, the KP is stands for Kitchen Premises, that's a topic. And this is being taught on quarter 1. That's Roman number 1. And then letter A stands for week 1. And then number 1 stands for learning competency 1. Okay, kasi yun po ang ating gagawa ng lesson plan. So, this is the start of my lesson plan. Siyempre, nakalagay sa ibabaw, lesson plan, di ba? Para hindi tayo maligaw. Tapos, doon na rin natin isusunod yung semester at quarter kung kailan natin isasagawa ang lesson plan na ito. And then, the learning area is Cookery NC2, grade and section, grade 12, Saturn. And then, the date, for example, today, September 16, 2022. And then, 7 to 9 a.m. And, of course, the name of the teacher. Hindi na masyadong kailangan yan kasi sa baba linalagay din naman natin yan. Anyway, let's go straight to Roman number 1, which is the objectives. So, the content standard, sabi ko nga kanina, ang linalagay natin sa objectives, content standard, performance standard, and the learning competency. Ayan po. Saan po natin ito nakuha? Ito po yung pinakita kong pinagkuhanan kong curriculum guide. Ano po? So, nandiyan po yung ating content standard. Yun po mismo ang kinapi-paste ko. Papunta din sa aking lesson plan, the performance standard and the learning competency. That comprises our objective. Yun lang po ang laman ng objective natin. Ano, madali lang po. Next, Roman number 2, subject matter. So, ang ilalag under the subject matter, ang i-include po natin is the topic, the lesson, title, and the materials and resources. So, for this one, ang topic po natin, kitchen tools and equipment to be cleaned, sanitized, and stored. Doon ko pa rin po yung kinuha sa ating curriculum guide. The materials that we're going to use, of course, I'm going to use PowerPoint presentation kasi that is to show ICT integration. Siyempre, hinahanap yan sa ating lesson plans. I also have printed pictures na gagamitin ko din po, and then I have Manila paper and markers for some activities. The resources, Cookery NC2 Curriculum Guide, doon ko po kinuha ito, and the Cookery NC2 Self-Learning Module, yun po yung ginamit ko. So we'll go to number 3, procedure. Under the procedure po, bago po tayo mag 4A's, meron po muna tayong mga ginagawang preliminaries. Ano? Ito na, andyan po yung prayer, reminders of the classroom health and safety protocol. Kailangan po yan, nire-remind natin lagi. Kasama po din po yan sa chine-check ng ating observer. If we are facilitating that. And then, a checking of attendance and a very quick kumustahan po. Pwede nating ilagay yan dyan. Afterwards, we'll go straight to the review. So, i-review lang natin yung mga past lessons. Siguro mga 3 to 5 questions. Or pwede rin kayong gumawa ng simple game na that would reflect the review that you were reviewing what you had last time. So, depende sa diskarte natin yan. Ano? So, sinimplihan ko na lang dito. Naglagay lang po ako ng 3 questions para sa review. And then, we'll go to priming and motivation. Priming or motivation. So, dito po sa priming and motivation, ito po yung part kung saan magbibigay tayo ng activity sa mga bata para makuha yung kanilang interest na makinig. Para ma-motivate silang matuto para sa araw na ito or para sa lesson na to. So, kinukuha natin yung interest. We're trying to catch the attention of our learners. Yun yung isipin natin sa paggagawa ng activity para sa priming and motivation. So, dito po, ang ginawa ko ay let the learners watch a video which is about clean and maintain kitchen tools, equipment, and kitchen premises. So, inaliw ko na sila by watching the video at pagkatapos, binigyan ko na rin sila ng idea of what they're going to have for this lesson. So, parang gano'n. Ano po? The priming and motivation, pwede tayo ditong magpapanood ng video, pwede rin tayong mag-play ng game, pwede rin tayong that's physical game, pwede rin, o kaya meron kayong mga guess the word, mga ganyan. Para lang kukunin mo lang yung attention at interest ng estudyante. Anything na mapapagawa mo sa estudyante to get or to catch their attention. So, still under the procedure, papasok na tayo dun sa application ng 4A's. So, we start with the activity part. The first A is activity. So, on this part, this is actually the activation of prior knowledge. So, titingnan natin kung meron na bang prior knowledge ang ating mga estudyante tungkol sa pag-uusapan natin for this lesson. We can let students discuss or write something about what they already know that is related to the lesson. So, yun yung purpose ng activity. So, for my example, what I did with my class is that I grouped the class into 5 and then I assigned the following to each group. Washing dishes, cleaning cutting boards, cleaning kitchen equipment, storing kitchen tools in a cabinet, cleaning kitchen premises. Now, I let each group discuss within their group how they do the task at home. Ito kasi yung mga pag-aaralan namin for this lesson. So, gusto ko munang makuha kung meron silang idea of how to do this task. So, after 5 minutes, I will let each group share in the class what they have discussed. So, that is activity, which also means activation of prior knowledge. Now, let's go to analysis. Analysis is acquisition of new knowledge. So, dito na natin i-introduce yung ating lesson. We can let students ask, process, and classify what is valid or not. And let them gain a wider view of the lesson. So, hindi naman pababayaan, but we will let them ask, magtanong, and process what they have learned. And then classify which is wrong and which is not, which is true or which is false, which is valid or which are not. So for my sample lesson plan sa analysis, I asked the class the following question after each presentation. Do you also do the same steps in cleaning your home kitchen? Lahat pa sila pare-parehas ng paraan sa paglilinis ng kanilang kusina sa bahay? O baka may iba pang estudyante who do otherwise, who do something else na iba dun sa present nung bawat group. Next, are there some steps that they missed? Baka merong mga steps na ginagawa si learner 1 sa bahay na hindi nabanggit nung grupo na nag-present. So, pwede silang magdagdag. Okay? And then number 3, do you think that is also how they do it in the food establishment? Why or why not? So, dito na natin ini-introduce na natin yung ating topic which is keeping the kitchen tools and equipment and premises clean, sanitized, and properly stored. Ano po? So, dun na, ini-ignite na natin yung kanilang interest. And we are actually trying to let them think in a higher order thinking. Then next is the abstraction. So ano naman ang ginagawa natin sa abstraction? This is the third A. This is where we focus on new learning. Okay? This is where the teachers lead the students in reinforcing what they know and what they should know more, and feeling more the importance of the lesson. So, pwede na tayo ditong magbigay sa kanila ng mga additional information. Iko-combine natin to sa kanilang prior knowledge, and then we can also let our student feel the importance of the lesson. So, sa aking abstraction, ang ginawa ko, through PowerPoint presentation, teacher discusses the topics given to each group. Now, teacher will let students compare the difference of what they just did in the group activity, how they do it at home, and then they can now differentiate how they do it at home and how it is being done in establishment, in commercial establishment. So, nagkakaroon na ng comparison na pagko-connect mo na yung kanilang prior knowledge dun sa ating new lesson. Okay? And then, sa application na tayo, that's the fourth A's. Pagdating sa application, we are going to make use of the new learning. This is where we let the students apply what had been learned to similar situations or in a new context. We let them see how they will use and how they can improve what they learned creatively. Okay? So, andito na i-apply na natin kung ano yung natutunan nila. Paano nila gagamitin yung natutunan nila. Okay? Yun yung application. So, for my application, narrate me a story. So, the situation is, your mother assigned you to clean all the tools and kitchen utensils used in the preparation of food for lunch. So, lahat ng pinaggamitan ng mga ginamit na for preparation para sa lunch, pinapalinis ni mother. In 2 or 3 paragraphs, narrate your experience in accomplishing the different tasks to be fulfilled or accomplished. So, magkukwento lang sila in 2 or 3 paragraphs kung paano nila to isasagawa or isinagawa kung nagawa na nila before. They will write their answer in 1/2 sheet of paper. So, that's the application. Okay, now we'll move on to the fourth part of our lesson plan. This is after the procedure, kung saan, di ba, sa loob ng procedure natin in-apply yung ating 4 A's. So, after the procedure, we proceed to evaluation and assessment. So, dito sa evaluation and assessment, this is where we do formative assessment to be able to identify whether or not the learners gained mastery of the lesson. So, on this part, what I did, teachers will flash different situations about cleaning, sanitizing, and storing kitchen tools and equipment and kitchen premises. Now, the teacher will let students answer each one with true or false in 1/4 sheet of paper. Afterwards, let learners exchange papers and check through oral answering. So, i-check nila yung kanilang answer. Whoever got correct or wrong. Next, on the next part is remarks. So, dito sa remarks, sasabihin lang natin if the lesson has been delivered effectively o kailangan nating na-reteaching the following, the next meeting, anong dahilan, di ba nagkaroon ng mastery, kaya tayo magre-reteaching, o kinulang tayo sa oras, kaya itutuloy natin next meeting. Okay, so lalagyan lang natin to ng remarks. So what I did here, the lesson was properly administered and was successfully done. Learners are now ready to move to the next lesson. So, ibig sabihin, ang susunod na lesson plan natin is for the new lesson na. And the last part is the reflection. So, the reflection, dito natin sasabihin how much mastery our learners have gained in the lesson, di ba? So, dito na sa reflection tayo magde-decide kung tayo ba ay magtutuloy sa susunod na lesson o kailangan nating ulitin ang ating lesson to be able to prove that learners really gained mastery of the lesson before proceeding to the next one. So, on my reflection, I stated that based on the conducted formative assessment, 21 out of 26 scored 7 to 10, which reflects 80% of the mastery index, while the others got 5 to 6 scores. This reflects that no learner needs further remediation or reinforcement of the lesson and that they are all ready for the next lesson. So, yun yung reflection natin. Okay? Madalas, itong reflection na to, or the remarks, we most of the time leave it blank pag nagagawa tayo ng lesson plan. Kasi ito naman ay masasagot natin after the delivery of the lesson, okay? So, pwede tayong maglagay ng space lang sa ating lesson plan for the remarks and reflection. So, after ng delivery ng lesson, saka natin yan susulatan kung ano ang ating remarks at reflection after conducting or facilitating the lesson. So, there we go. This is our finished lesson plan using the 4A's format. This is actually a semi-detailed lesson plan. Ano po? So, we can use this format or we can use this kind of lesson plan para sa ating mga classroom demonstration for classroom observation. Ano po? Ito po ang ginagamit natin. And I hope you like this video. Don't forget to put thumbs up and like this video if you do. And para sa mga hindi pa po nakasubscribe, please do. And hit that notification bell kasi marami pa tayong bagong post about lesson planning na i-upload in the future. I'll see you again. Thank you and God bless. Bye-bye.